Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. When Dustin Craig Merlin, age 30, of Texarkana, was stopped by the Texas Department of Public Safety trooper, he was traveling at 81 miles per hour in a 75 mile per hour zone. He was also wanted by the U.S. Army for military desertion. Merlin is in Hopkins County Jail with no bond, awaiting the MPs. Schools in Hopkins County are gearing up for the new year. Cumbia ISD varsity and junior varsity cheerleaders are attending cheer camp in Oklahoma to prepare for the Trojan football season. First day of school for Cumbia, August 22nd. At Miller Grove, the foundation for the new elementary building has been poured. The Miller Grove FFA chapter plans a hamburger supper August 25th during the first week of back to school. For the Yantis Owls, their cross-country team has begun conditioning. Their volleyball team begins practice on August the 1st, and on August 22nd, the Yantis students are back to school. Meet the Teacher for elementary students in Yantis is August 18th at 6 p.m. High school students will pick up their schedules August 18th at 6:30 p.m. And Yantis residents will be voting in August regarding an increase in the school tax rate. Como-Picton Consolidated Independent School District plans a back-to-school bash Saturday, August 20th from 10 a.m. until noon. It's a Meet the Teacher opportunity. You can also drop off school supplies, enjoy a hot dog lunch, and meet the Eagles. First day of school for Como-Picton, August 22nd. Saltillo ISD summer projects include a remodel of the school cafeteria. It's almost complete. Saltillo teachers return on August 16th. Students begin class on the 23rd of August. At Sulphur Bluff, Meet the Teacher is August 18th from 5:30 until 7:30 p.m. Students can pick up schedules, drop off supplies, and parents can meet the teacher that evening. Hot dog supper will be served by the school board. Students return to class August 22nd. And in North Hopkins, they're wrapping up their volleyball camps, and students begin class on August 22nd. Tonight in Philadelphia, Democratic Party nominee Hillary Clinton will address delegates in the final night of their national convention. Bill Brannon, senior advisor to the Texas Democratic Party and who also works as an advisor to individual Democratic candidates from time to time, calls the former First Lady, former Senator, former Secretary of State, a well-prepared, smart, and tough candidate. Brannon spoke with KSST News Thursday morning regarding the convention. Brannon said Wednesday evening was filled with well-written, well-presented speeches. He thought Vice President nominee and Virginia Senator Tim Kaine introduced himself well. He also noted that independent Michael Bloomberg presented a strong case against Trump, and, as he put it, Vice President Joe Biden hit it out of the park. Although comments have been made in the media that the Texas delegation saw division in their caucus, Brannon says the delegation is not divided at all. He noted that delegates in support of Bernie Sanders created temporary disagreement, but their number is small. Young delegates in their first involvement in the political process, who worked their hearts out and believed passionately in their cause, didn't get across the finish line, according to Brannon. He says he believes they will stay involved and continue to contribute to the party's future. Those delegates will be encouraged to stay involved, he said. He said one can't do this without having the experience of loss at some point. He noted that the experience is devastating, especially to newcomers with the loss or when the loss occurs. Regarding Clinton, Brannon stated that she has been working inside the system shortly after her graduation from Wellesley, when she traveled to Dothan, Alabama, to investigate the school system to assure desegregation. He stated that she had performed a marvelous job as a senator as she worked across the aisle with Republicans and independents to accomplish specific goals. He said that he did not see Trump attempting to accomplish commonality to the process for those on both sides of the political aisle. Clinton's support, encouragement, and work on behalf of those in New York following 9/11 also stands out as 9/11 stands out as a testimony to her compassion and skill, according to Brannon. He also noted that she will do everything possible to assure Sanders' supporters that their goal will be incorporated into her agenda and will bring them along as the campaign continues. He calls Clinton a progressive, wanting to get things done, but one who will build a case for moderates as well. As the campaign moves into the next phase, Brannon expects Clinton and others to hit the political trail. He says they will gravitate toward defined battlegrounds for votes, although he noted that the playing field will change and be dictated by how things are going in that battle for votes. Here's Don with sports.
State Representative Dan Flynn visited Sulphur Springs on Thursday. I asked him some of the things on his mind right now.
Right now, of course, I think the most important thing that everybody's talking about is the election, the presidential election. It's a big, important deal, and I hope everybody will get out and vote and participate. As far as what Texas is going to do, the big items are always going to be public education, health care, and those are the two big issues. And of course, you know, the budget, we always have to balance the budget. And balancing the budget this year is going to be tough because oil prices are down a little bit. Texas depends on a lot of that. And I think as far as I'm concerned, one of the big concerns that I have is there's been a big issue towards American law. And I'm filing a bill that I want the courts in Texas to recognize American law on American soil. I'm happy for immigrants to come in here. I'm happy to do it. But don't bring your culture. You come to America because we are what we are. And we want to continue to be sure that American law on American soil is what we're going to look at. As far as other issues that we're looking at, I serve on the Pensions Committee. I'm the chairman of that committee. And pensions are having some challenges right now. But we were fortunate last session, for the first time in 20 years, we got the state ERS actuarially sound. We're working on the teachers. Their health care issue is a big deal. Federal government kind of messes us up with this Obamacare business. I call it the unaffordable health care plan because it's been pretty tough, but we'll be dealing with that. And then our firemen and our police officers, all of their pensions, their municipal pensions, there's a big issue about, maybe we don't, anybody who worked at that job for 20, 30 years, they deserve a pension, and we're going to preserve it.
State Representative Dan Flynn was in Sulphur Springs to present Wildcats football coach Greg Owens a Texas flag that flew over the state capitol for the Wildcats to take with them when they play football in Florida in early September. Watching the presentation Thursday morning were Wildcats football players, student athletic trainers, and football camp members. We hear from Coach Owens and Representative Flynn.
And you guys, he's excited, an old football player from way back. He's got some great stories. He's jumped out of airplanes. He might tell you all those things, but it's been good to get to know him over this last year. And he has a special thing he wants to give us, especially for you guys here. They're going to have an opportunity to go and play some ball in Florida. As we represent the state of Texas, he said, hey, this would be a great idea if you guys are willing to do this. So I'm going to let him tell you about all that. And I wanted you guys to be here to see this, and you get a chance to shake his hand. I want you to shake his hand. I know he's already been telling you guys some stories, so that's good stuff. Mr. Flynn, thank you for being here.
You bet. What a pleasure. There's, yeah. Can you hear me, or can I just talk about this? I'm kind of loud. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How about you? Can you hear me? All right, good. That way I don't have to have it in my hand. Good. Well, let me tell you what. I was over here visiting and just looking at this facility a few months ago, and Coach started telling me about what your plans were. And I said, good gracious, I never heard such. That sounds like the greatest thing in the world. And I said, well, are you going to take a Texas flag down there and make sure everybody knows that you're from Texas? He said, well, I hadn't thought about it. I said, well, I'm thinking about it. So what I did, this is David Aronakis. Where's David? Where's David?
Right beside you.
Give David 3!
Yeah, here we go. David's my chief of staff, and when we fly flags, I make him climb the top of the Capitol and wave it, you know. I don't know. But anyway, it's one of the things that we took this flag, and on behalf of the Texas House of Representatives, I want to present this Texas flag that was flown at the Capitol of the sovereign state of Texas on July the 1st, 2016, in honor and recognition of their athletic accomplishments and trip to Florida to play at the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex in Orlando on September the 2nd. And this is the flag. And Coach, come here. Let me give it to you. Who are your captains?
They all are captains.
All captains.
They're all winners right here. Here we go.
That's a wonderful. Here's the flag. And this, let me tell you what. This isn't a tiny flag. This is a big flag. It's one that they'll recognize and they'll see it. Yeah. If you unfold that, you know it's hard to fold back.
We got some Boy Scouts in here.
There you go. Pull that thing open.
Make sure we're holding this thing the right way. I think
Yeah.
we're gonna have to flip it already.
Red's got to be down. You know why the red has to be down? Because that's where the blood grows.
Blood grows down.
Blood goes down. Look at there.
Hey, you can't hit the ground. Come here,
Yeah.
come here, DJ. Y'all kind of hold it up in the back
There
a little
you
bit.
go.
Jump. Come here,
And
ladies. Come here,
then
ladies.
what?
Get around this thing. We're taking our trainers with us as well.
you really?
Yeah, they're going to go. We'll have all that. So come on in here. Y'all wrap around right here. Pull it that way a little bit, Gideon. I know you're not on horse. Good, yeah. Get in here. Good.
Okay, well, Coach,
Coach, get in there
this
too.
This is the certificate. It certifies that it was flown over the capital of the great state of Texas. You know what the best thing about the state of capital in Texas at Austin is? It's 16 feet taller than the nation's capital because we're Texas. That's why. And it was the 7th largest building in the world when it was built. And you guys, if you haven't been there, come see it and come to my office and let me take you around. Because I was a kid growing up in Austin, and that was used to be my playhouse. That's where I would play. And then I even played football. At least I thought I did. I've gotten a whole lot better as the years have gone by than I probably was in high school. But it was a great thing. And I was just telling these guys earlier, you're creating a memory that will last you the rest of your life. You will. You'll never forget. You know, you may go to college and you may be an All-American, you may do all these kinds, but you'll never forget your high school experience in football. I promise you won't. I can remember the times when I was good, and I can remember when I was really bad. And but those bad ones are not as bad as they used to be. But anyway, this is the deal. But we're excited for you. This is a huge deal. You think about, well, this is a big deal here in Sulphur Springs. It's a big deal in Hopkins. It's a big deal for the state of Texas. And for you guys to go down and represent us, we're honored that you would do that. And I know you're going to distinguish yourself as a great person, as individuals. And I hope you kick their butt. I mean, I want you to win. I want you to do it. But if you don't, we'll still love you. But anyway, it's great to be here. Now, who are all these people out here?
These are our campers right here. 3rd through 9th graders are right here. The guys in the gold shirts are incoming 9th graders. These guys here are entering 3rd through 8th grade right here. So we're having a football camp. And so these guys just all getting better and working hard.
Well, I invite you to the Capitol too. Come see me. Now, don't come to Austin and not come see me, because I'll be upset and disappointed. Because I love to have our people from the district come to Austin. It's a great Capitol building, and you know what the best thing about the Capitol building in Austin is?
I don't know.
Well, I want to tell you, it belongs to you. Don't ever let anybody tell you different. That Capitol building, the state of Texas, we the people, we run it, and so don't ever forget it. And that way you have a voice. Okay?
Give Mr. Fan three. Give him 3.
God bless.
Good, great. Thank you very much.
The flag was unfurled for pictures, and several campers who were also Boy Scouts helped Representative Flynn fold it back up properly.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.
We're not friends, my pretty. You're merely my prisoner.
Prisoner? There are no prisoners here. There's only tea.
And I'm glad for that. Why don't you take a seat? You're killing my mood. What are you lunatics doing? Get your hands off me!
Care for some tea?
No, I don't want any of your tea.
She's even worse than the things we find in the Forbidden Forest.
I don't think that's why it's called the Forbidden Forest. We all know why it's called the Forbidden Forest, because it's forbidden.
Has anyone ever broken the name?
You can't break a name.
I think she means gone into the forest. People go into the forest all the time.
The Forbidden Forest.
No one ever goes in there.
They can't. It's forbidden.
Yes, I know it's forbidden because it's called the Forbidden Forest. Dorothy, we have no time for this. We need to get moving.
Well, how do we get there?
Well, first you go down the darkest path. You'll come to a fort.
Then you'll go left.
Walk down that rocky path for a while, then we'll reach a sign.
The sign will say Forbidden Forest, do not enter. Perfect, my pretties.
What's perfect is this tea. You should have some now that you seem to be in a better mood.
No mood can make me drink your tea. Dorothy, let's get to the forest.
I can't wait to tell the Queen about you.
No! You mustn't tell the Queen we were here. We have to keep our arrival secret.
But why do we have to keep it a secret? She'd be thrilled to have you here.
Thrilled to have more heads to cut off.
That's a pretty good reason to not tell her we're here.
You mustn't tell her because it would ruin the surprise.
Surprise!
What's the surprise?
Well, it's
her birthday.
Birthday?
Birthday. We love birthdays.
Great! But this is a surprise party, so you have to keep it a secret.
We should celebrate by drinking some tea.
Good idea, Hatter.
Yeah, that's an idea. Now, Dorothy and I have to go set up for the party.
You must have her streamers. Her favorite color is red.
Great. Dorothy, you got that?
got it.
All right. We need to erase any memory of us from them, or else they'll tell everyone that we were here.
So, they all seem pretty nice.
That's just it. I'm not nice. And these people, they're more crazy than anything.
I don't want to erase all their memories, though.
Oh, relax. I'll only erase this little tea part. They'll just continue to drink tea like before. That's your problem. I don't need your permission anyway. Forget what you've heard. Forget what you've seen. Forget Dorothy. And forget me. Okay, Dorothy. 2 minutes until they wake up. Let's get to the forest. My hat.
Could you pass the sugar, Dormouse?